Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, July 22nd, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 666 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Woman punched in head on Grand Central subway platform. Jovenel Mose was a kind man, a gentle man, who cared about Haiti's people opinion. Biden nominates Victoria Kennedy for Austria ambassadorship. Senate GOP votes against their $1 trillion infrastructure deal with Biden, but say they'll back it in just 4 more days. Why the Delta variant is more contagious and prevalent in younger populations. General Milley says Taliban appear to have strategic momentum. Fort Worth police accused of excessive force in several ongoing civil cases. Why the bath mat is guaranteed to spruce up your space. Hikers struck by lightning along trail in Grand Canyon National Park, officials say. DeSantis refuses state of emergency for Tampa Bay red tide despite 1,200 tons of dead fish. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. These photos show the catastrophic, deadly flooding wreaking havoc in China, BuzzFeed News. Nick Saban's $1 million remark about Bryce Young again proves the unmatched savvy of Alabama's coach, CBS Sports. Here's what's next for NASA's Perseverance Mars rover, Gizmodo. The UK is balking at the Northern Ireland Protocol. So, what is that? The New York Times. Ohio Chief Medical Officer on unvaccinated becoming infected, it is really now just a matter of time. The Hill. What to do if you're exposed to COVID-19 after being fully vaccinated, according to experts, Business Insider. The shuttle's last flight an end, a new beginning, NASA. It's too late. Alabama doctor shares final moments of COVID patients, urges vaccination, NBC News. States propose $26 billion opioid settlement with Big Three distributors and J&J, CNN. Another 2.2 million stimulus checks have gone out. Here's who received the payments, CNBC. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Judy Garland's long-lost Wizard of Oz dress possibly found in trash bag. Maine drug officials seize cocaine disguised as keg. Bear spotted inside Olympic softball stadium hours before first pitch. Prince George turned 8, young royal beams a new birthday portraits. Make no mistake, vaccine misinformation is still thriving on Fox News. Kevin McCarthy says GOP will do its own, more partisan Capitol riot probe. COVID-19 cases in U.S. triple over 2 weeks amid misinformation. Giannis Antetokounmpo celebrates NBA victory by going to Chick-fil-A. Republicans block debate on bipartisan infrastructure package. Harvey Weinstein pleads not guilty to 11 counts in Los Angeles court. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. New Orleans fall events in danger due to COVID. Police charge man accused of clinging to hood. Construction crew finds likely remains. Search for 4-year-old halted after dam breaks. HGTV star pranks porch pirates. 3 injured by gunfire after Bucks win. Teen dies after being pulled from lake at water park. Search continues for missing kayaker. Liberty University sued by 12 women. Passenger, brawl on plane was racially motivated. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Post-COVID, what work-life balance needs is less work, more life. The nightmare of our snooping phones. How weight training burns fat. Women's handball players are fined for rejecting bikini uniforms. How Mormon women are having frank talks about sacred underclothes. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Texas girl Sophie Long, seen in viral videos of alleged abuse last year, goes missing. Ilhan Omar leads Democratic lawmakers calling for special State Department envoy to combat Islamophobia. Courtney Stodden says Chrissy Teigen should help anti-bullying efforts instead of griping about cancel club. Robin Williams' son Zach opens up about effect of late father's misdiagnosis. What I saw was frustration. Hawaii woman pleads guilty to removing classified documents from embassy, found at dinner party. Paulina Porizkova poses topless after breakup with Aaron Sorkin. Progressive comedian Jimmy Dore calls out RD oligarchy, you're voting for Goldman Sachs and Raytheon. MSNBC's Brian Williams airs ad from disgraced Lincoln Project. Surfside condo victims' families to get at least $150 million, judge says. Cruz spars with Agriculture Secretary Vilsack on amnesty bill, call his answers fertilizer. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, July 22nd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. 3M Open Preview, we're going to see a different TPC Twin Cities, says CBS Sports' Dottie Pepper. Baby hippo born at Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs. Lorne Michaels, Betty Midler, Joni Mitchell, Justine Odez and Berry Gordy announced as 2021 Kennedy Center honorees. This virus will find everybody who is not immune, Mayo doctor's strong warning over COVID's Delta variant. Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin's historic flight is just the beginning for private space travel. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Is it ever okay to date a widower in the first year? Tokyo Olympics, Great Britain medal hope in skeet shooting Amber Hill tests positive for COVID-19. Schools minister says no reason why children shouldn't learn from dead white men. Stephen Glover, the EU's pettiness over food exports is proof it's many sandwiches short of a picnic. Iceland stores and BP petrol stations are the first to be shut by pandemic. Prince George sports 10 John Lewis shirt as he poses on a Land Rover Defender in tribute to Philip. Harvey Weinstein pleads not guilty to sexual assaults in California. Police hunt rapist who attacked girl, 15, in the sea off Bournemouth Beach. Eden Confidential, will Edward allow his daughter to become Princess Louise? Families who were separated in December are unwrapping Yuletide with all the trimmings. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The 4 decades that still define our world. How Mexico's traditional political espionage went high-tech. After 42 days of captivity, 100 freed in Nigeria's northwest amid nation-surging kidnapping crisis. The latest threat to Tokyo's games, an elusive brown bear. Photos, rescue efforts launched after record floods in central China displays 1.2 million. Rescue efforts launched after record floods in central China displays 1.2 million. Germany announces millions in immediate flood aid as multi-billion-dollar repair bill looms. Russia launches lab module to International Space Station. Powerful magnitude 6.8 quake shakes Panama and Costa Rica. Morocco denies using spyware to target French officials. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Despicable. Liz Cheney blasts move to pull fellow Republicans from Capitol Attack Committee, Live. Federal judge blocks Arkansas law banning nearly all abortions. Uber and Lyft drivers join day-long strike over working conditions. California couple whose gender reveal party sparked a wildfire charged with 30 crimes. UK says it wants to substantially rewrite Northern Ireland Brexit protocol. Britain arrested over high-profile Twitter account hacks. How capturing the small details at Tokyo 64 created a masterpiece. Andy Bull. US joins condemnation of Turkish plan for Cyprus ghost town. UAE linked to listing of hundreds of UK phones in Pegasus project leak. US church official resigns after news outlet uses phone data to out him as Grindr user. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Watch, Japan Air Self-Defense Force aerobatics team draws Olympic rings in sky. Watch, Brisbane celebrates 2032 Olympics win with fireworks. 1 dead, 2 missing in flash flood. U.S. virus cases nearly triple in 2 weeks amid misinformation. Judge, $150 initially for victims in Florida condo collapse. Pelosi rejects GOP's Jim Jordan for January 6 committee, McCarthy issues threat. Tennessee migrant youth shelter sues state over suspension. Alabama city leader won't quit after using racial slur. Harvey Weinstein pleads not guilty to charges he sexually assaulted 5 women. Rochester mayor, husband, plead not guilty to gun charges. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Nord Stream 2, US and Germany reach deal on controversial Russian gas pipeline. Harvey Weinstein pleads not guilty to LA sexual assault charges. It was hard to breathe, China flood terrorist train carriage submerged. Pegasus, Princess Latifa and Princess Leia numbers among leaks. Monkeypox, more than 200 contacts tracked in US for rare disease. Europe floods, I have an axe beside my bed. Former informant white boy Rick sues FBI for $100 M. British man arrested in Spain over Twitter hack. Tokyo Olympics, day-by-day guide to the key events, big stars and British medal hopes. Tokyo Olympics, Sweden stun USA in women's football opener. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Health inequities, mistrust contributing to lagging vaccination rates in Black Americans. I'm sorry, but it's too late, unvaccinated patients beg for shot, new infections nearly triple in 2 weeks, COVID news. McCarthy blasts Pelosi over January 6 committee picks. New COVID-19 variant, what is it called, where did it come from, should we be concerned? 2 officers save driver after plunge into river. Experts, extreme heat is a deadly natural disaster. Friday's full buck moon could look red or orange due to wildfire smoke. 25-year-old cold case of Iowa woman's death stirs lingering questions, draws $10K reward for information. Shameless shoplifters, retail thefts getting bolder in California and beyond. McConnell, infrastructure vote stunt set to fail. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 8 dozen Downey High School students stranded on Mount Baldy are airlifted to safety. Rapwater seeks federal probe of LA County deputies' alleged executioners gang. Harvey Weinstein pleads not guilty to rape charges in LA. Los Angeles Police Department officer arrested on suspicion of perjury, falsifying police report. Northern California fire explodes, burns structures amid heat, dry conditions. Would-be victim shoots two armed men who tried to rob him, video shows. Do I need to wear a mask indoors in my community? Rules vary across California. Staffing shortages, exhaustion, family vacations temper big summer school hopes. Plummeting reservoir levels could soon force Oroville hydropower offline. Earthquake, magnitude 4.3 quake reported near Fortuna, California. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. U.S. hackers attacked thousands of servers in China, news report claims. Dutch authorities fine Italian pharma company Leadiant for increasing rare disease drug price by more than 30,000%. Israel's president, Ben and Jerry's boycott is part of a new form of terrorism. Athletes at the Tokyo Olympics are being given condoms, and warnings not to use them. Reporters Without Borders demands Israel stop exporting spyware. 61% of Canadians prefer a hybrid or remote work model. A work-anywhere workplace is what Canadian employees actually want today. The right to bear arms in self-defense is embedded in the Czech Constitution. More than 1.5 million children lost a parent or grandparent to COVID-19. Pharma companies overcharged for hydrocortisone tablets by 10,000%. Plausible evidence that COVID may have been circulating in Italy in October 2019. Absence of humanity, Melbourne couple jailed for keeping Indian woman as a slave for 8 years. 15,000-year-old viruses discovered in Chinese glacier ice. Reckless, G20 states subsidized fossil fuels by $3 trillion since 2015, says report. Mucormycosis, India records more than 4,300 lakh fungus deaths. Apocalypse hits Siberian city as heat wave sparks forest fires. Monitoring suggests toxic smoke in Yakutsk is one of world's worst ever air pollution events. The next headlines are from Forbes. Ohio incel arrested for allegedly plotting sorority mass shooting. Pennsylvania decertifies counties' voting machines after partisan election audit compromised them. Why Jason Sudeikis would consider a Ted Lasso movie but not owning a soccer team. BTS become the first group to replace themselves at number 1 on the Hot 100 in over a decade. New Orleans, the latest city tightening COVID guidelines, see full list. Pittsburgh Airport's microgrid is a worthy but tough to duplicate example of resiliency. Twilight occupies all 5 top spots among Netflix's most watched movies. Transgender sports ban fails in Louisiana, another loss in culture war campaign. Cheney says McCarthy shouldn't be speaker after he pulls January 6 committee picks. Cannabis takes the world stage at the Tokyo Olympics. The next headlines are from Nature.com. The night side cloud tops circulation of the atmosphere of Venus. Layer hole effect in a 2D topological Ixion antiferromagnet. SAR-1b senses leucine levels to regulate mTORC1 signaling. Phenotype, specificity and avidity of antitumor CD8, SUP, plus, SUP, T cells in melanoma. Transcriptional programs of neoantigen-specific TIL in anti-PD-1 treated lung cancers. Share methods through visual and digital protocols. EGFR activation limits the response of liver cancer to lenvatinib. Orthogonal array dynamic molecular sieving of propylene-propane mixtures. A natively flexible 32-bit ARM microprocessor. Tonic prime boost of STING signaling mediates Niemann-Pick disease type C. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,719,812,310 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Addison Rae reveals she's working on upcoming EP with Charlie XCX, Benny Blanco. Keira Knightley to voice Toronto premiering animated drama Charlotte. Stuntman Review, retracing Evil Knievel's rocket trail. Chalk E. Vice, songwriter and fixture of LA music scene, dies at 76. Black Panther sequel casts Michaela Cole exclusive. Wandering Earth 2 feat adds ND Law, will begin production in the fall after being approved by censors. AXS TV sets music memorabilia themed show Rock My Collection for August exclusive. Bustle Digital buys Scary Mommy's parent company for $150 million in stock. Newsom signs bill granting extra $330 million for film and TV industry. In the Heights star Leslie Grace to play Batgirl in HBO Max movie. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The western wildfires are affecting people 3,000 miles away. As COVID-19 cases surge, Fauci says we've got to do much better. Chinese tourists throng red tourism sites to mark Communist Party centennial. UNC becomes the first school to organize group endorsement deals for its players. Tokyo reports its highest COVID-19 number since January as first Olympic Games start. State attorneys general reach a $26 billion national opioid settlement. Worried about breakthrough COVID cases? Here's what to know. A federal judge blocks Arkansas ban on trans youth treatments. Pelosi rejects to GOP nominees for the January 6 panel, citing the integrity of the probe. Striking to end suicide shifts, Frito-Lay workers ask people to drop the Doritos. The following headlines are from The Week. Major California utility says it will bury 10,000 miles of power lines underground to help prevent fires. The death knell of the congressional investigation. U.S., Germany reach deal to pave way for completion of controversial Russian gas pipeline. Megan Fox stopped drinking after saying a bunch of I shouldn't have said at the Golden Globes. Liz Cheney backs Pelosi over McCarthy following January 6 committee bombshell. Twitter tests a button that lets users dislike replies. An egregious abuse of power, Kevin McCarthy slams Pelosi for blocking GOP's January 6 committee appointments. Republicans set the stage for another debt ceiling showdown. Bill O'Reilly accuser reportedly blocked from going on The View. America shared smoke blanket. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. At the Capitol, trans activists and allies form an inclusive dance floor. In West Texas, astronomers worry about growing oilfield light pollution. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Here are the first new pictures from the fully operational Hubble. Ions surf through Jupiter's magnetic field, triggering its auroras. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, July 22nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Jupiter at opposition August 19th to 20th, now at its best. Mare's tails over the Pacific Northwest. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. When it comes to reopening, income matters more than party. South African company to help produce Pfizer vaccine for Africa. France forced to soften COVID rules after backlash. I'm not happy about it. Dems torch Biden's Russian pipeline deal. Biden taps Philly area ally for Canada ambassador. Harris to meet with DACA recipients after federal court ruling. Military sex assault reform stalled as Dems push for racial justice in the ranks. Trump ally Hillsdale College pitches 1,619 project counterweight. Opioid lawsuits on verge of settlements with 4 companies. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, COVID cases continue to grow in NSW and Victoria, Greater AstraZeneca TACUP urged by PM. Show me the money, London staff want pay rises to return to office. Drug companies offer $26 billion to settle thousands of opioid lawsuits. Reading the Zoom tea leaves. Unprecedented, Nancy Pelosi rejects 2 Republican picks for January 6 riot probe. JP Morgan entices Chief Jamie Dimon to stick around with a lucrative carrot. Dozens dead as rains deluge central China's Henan province. Why COVID strengthens the case for abolishing stamp duty. ASX set to jump as Wall Street bounces, Musk helps fuel Bitcoin surge. Students, academics battle opening of Libra-backed institute at Melbourne Uni. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results, Verizon tops earnings expectations as promotions help drive 5G upgrades. Uber and Lyft driver strike, seek passage of PRO Act. What's worth streaming? Here's what's coming to Netflix in August 2021, and what's leaving. Earnings results, Texas Instruments earnings blow past estimates, but tame forecast hurts stock. The Wall Street Journal, Biden to nominate Comcast executive David Cohen as U.S. ambassador to Canada. The Tell, think this is a weird market right now? Here's more proof. Capitol Report, lawmakers push bill to force some companies to report cyber attacks to government. The Tell, this is the technical reason why the 10-year Treasury rate has a chance of getting back to around 1.4%. Newswatch, why the S&P 500 could be poised for a 5% drop, or even more this summer. The Wall Street Journal, broken iPhone, stalled tractor, FTC wants to make it easier to fix them. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. A guiding light for the research safe harbor and research tools, J.D. Supra. Compulsory licenses in the access of the vaccine of COVID-19 by African countries, Inventa International. 4 common myths about patent pools, and why they are wrong. I am. Guest column, most education resources only scratch the surface of Black history in America, the Florida Times-Union. The next headlines are from Quartz. Watch, WeCom CEO Melissa Wagner's working on better leadership through vulnerability. Now anyone can use Ray Dalio's instant feedback tool on Zoom, if they dare. Ransomware hacks are pushing cyber insurance premiums to record levels. Brisbane 2032 is the first test of the Olympics' new host city bidding system. What Wally Funk's pursuit of going to space can teach us about achieving goals. These businesses are saving thousands by replacing single-use plastic. Finding our inner Wally Funk. To end the COVID pandemic, children need their own vaccine trials. How Kiswahili tech terms are pushing for digital rights in East Africa. Brisbane Olympics, Netflix growth, overachieving octopus. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. The key to lowering drug prices is improving patent quality. Senator Amy Klobuchar says she has a bill to hold Facebook responsible for vaccine disinfo, but what would the cause of action be? Seventh Circuit says, reluctantly, that 18 months of pole-mounted camera surveillance isn't unconstitutional. Daily Deal, Curiosity Stream Unlimited HD plan. As White House says it's reviewing 230, Biden admits his comments about Facebook were misinformation. Axios parrots a lot of dumb, debunked nonsense about net neutrality. Many automakers rely on patents, but that doesn't mean all patents are good for automakers. Court to cop, you need more than odor of marijuana and inconsistent testimony to justify a warrantless search. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Kendall Jenner, Demi Lovato, Kat Osterman, Bobby Bowden, Maria Taylor. Severe thunderstorm warning. Marla Gibbs. NHL expansion draft. Molly Tibbetts. Wildfires. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Harvey Weinstein, movie mogul who gave rise to Me Too movement, pleads not guilty to sex crime charges in California. Johnson & Johnson, leading U.S. drug distributors agree to $26 billion settlement with states over their roles in opioid epidemic. Greek police blast anti-vaccine protesters with water cannon and tear gas outside parliament in Athens, videos. Rand Paul to make criminal referral to Department of Justice after accusing Fauci of lying to Congress regarding gain-of-function virus research. No good reason. Norway beach handball stars vent frustrations after being slapped with fines for not wearing bikini bottoms. Baseball fans branded fat white trash dudes for brawling in wild scenes at Chicago White Sox game, video. U.S. strikes Ukraine-centered Nord Stream 2 deal with Germany, Putin and Merkel satisfied with pipelines near completion. On your marks, get set, go woke. Olympics off to virtue signaling flyer as Aussies show Aboriginal flag and footballers take knee. NYC enveloped by haze from wildfire smoke all the way from West Coast, as air quality hits worst in 14 years, photos. Are the Olympics too easy for U.S. women's team? Fans drag up cocky ESPN headline after Americans routed by Sweden in opening game. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Evergrande's liquidity crisis becomes ever grander. National Park Service to send data collected from special use permits to White House. Saudi Aramco targeted in $50 crypto extortion scheme after major data breach. Paying your fair share of the warfare welfare state. American life expectancy sees biggest drop since World War II, erasing 20 years of progress. The fallacy of climate financial risk. Entering the worst seasonal period of the year, and 10 other reasons why Goldman braces for an August correction. Musk sparks major crypto spike, stock short squeeze continues. Senate Republicans vote to block opening debate on $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure deal. Whitmer kidnapping defendants claim entrapment after 12 FBI informants involved in plot. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Weinstein pleads not guilty to sexual assaults in California. Saudi Aramco confirms data leak after reports of cyber ransom. As Hajj winds down, Saudi Arabia ramps up big tourism plans. Taliban seek to cut off Afghan population centers, top U.S. general. U.S., Germany reach deal on controversial Russian gas pipeline. Russia extends house arrest of Navalny spokesperson. Bitcoin surges past $32,000 after Elon Musk says he owns the coin. Republicans boycott January 6 probe after Trump allies rejected. A pandemic of the unvaccinated, Pato urges more jabs donations. Speaking up takes a financial toll on harassment victims, study. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Senate Republicans block bipartisan infrastructure deal because bill text not yet written. Bernie Sanders, Democrats will do the best we can to slip amnesty in budget. Larry Elder wins in court, California must put him on recall ballot. Ann Coulter, what's dumber than CRT? CNN. GOP leader McCarthy on Pelosi sham January 6 committee, we will run our own investigation. Original Space Jam director blasts boring sequel, LeBron James ain't Michael Jordan. Liz Cheney, I agree with Nancy Pelosi's decision to block Republicans from January 6 Crucifix Committee. Government could run out of cash in October or November if debt ceiling isn't raised. Murder victims' families back effort to oust Newsom, chaos and crime in our streets. Poll, most voters blame communism for Cuba's problems. The next headlines are from UPI News. $125,000 lottery ticket nearly ended up tossed out truck window. Look, Missouri boy's 5-ounce sunfish breaks state record set by his dad. Treasure hunters find whiskey that sank into Ontario Lake in 1964. Roseate spoonbills spotted in Michigan for the first time. Watch, pillars of mosquitoes fill the sky in Russian driver's video. Watch, Tennessee man frees trapped air from inside his car. Brazilian athlete breaks world record with 951 chest-to-ground burpees. Highway shut down after idiots free cow from farm. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Heavy rains and deadly floods in China shut down subways and trains, scientists shocked and alarmed. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Paralyzed man's brainwaves get turned into sentences on computer, scientists thrill beyond words. Chemists find breakthrough treatment for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's that protects brain cells from amyloid plaque. We heard a faint tapping, goose finds injured mate at wildlife hospital and won't budge from the door. $10 million in student debt is wiped out for 2,500 South Carolina students using stimulus funds. Backed by Mom and Science, 9 totally different ways to use rosemary and rosemary oil. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, July 22nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Divers discover ancient military vessel in submerged Egyptian city. Indonesian COVID-positive man disguises himself as wife on Citylink flight in order to fly. 21-year-old Colombian mugger, unknowingly held valuable World War II-era lugger worth $100 million pesos. 1 in 5 Americans believe government implanting microchips with vaccine. Breaking news, riot squad on its way to break into a Swedish prison where guards are held hostage. Demands for 20 kebab pizzas and a helicopter were made. The pizza has been delivered. Police arrest 19-year-old male for abusing horse in Norfolk. Man flees Australian COVID quarantine using a bedsheet. Cheers, Florida City may legalize public alcohol drinking. Man finds alligator in backyard, learns it's legal to have a pet alligator in Missouri after it promises to restore the one true timeline, via FARC. Sperm bank holds contest to find out who has the best semen. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Google's new crowd predictions for maps may coax me back onto subways. Try not to gag, researchers say you're breathing animal DNA. Clubhouse ditches invites as the competition heats up. Watch a Tesla with the height FSD beta 9 hurts an innocent bush. If you always wanted to understand QuickBooks Pro, this training can make it happen. This package includes nearly 100 cybersecurity training courses for life for under $70. Here's a badass picture of plasma jets shooting out of a supermassive black hole. The billionaire space race epitomizes capitalism's destructive obsession with growth. Volkswagen Group nearly TRIPL 3 DXF deliveries this year. State of the Internet July 2021, audiences swell, but advertisers are anxious. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Researchers find immune component to rare neurodegenerative disease. Origami comes to life with new shape-changing materials. Ibrutinib effective treatment for difficult-to-treat forms of hairy cell leukemia, study finds. Why weren't New World rabbits domesticated? New analysis reveals global distribution of toxic pollution and climate change. Unexpected proteome plasticity in response to persistent temperature rise. Genome editing meets marsupials. Magic angle trilayer graphene may be a rare, magnet-proof superconductor. Thumb-sized device quickly sniffs out bad breath. Toward one drug to treat all coronaviruses. The next headlines are from Information Week. How the Jedi cancellation may influence future IT contracts. Ways to build a talented and reliable work-at-home IT workforce. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, July 22nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA Perseverance Mars rover to acquire first sample. Media invited to learn about NASA mission to study intense storms. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Salt Lake City Council and Mayor Erin Mendenhall declare racism a public health crisis. One of these three people will be the next president of the University of Utah. College football watchlist season is here. These are the Utah athletes to keep an eye on. Bagley cartoon, Covidiocy. 873 more Utahns test positive for COVID-19, the most in a single day in 5 months. Former Bayou linebacker Fred Warner signs 5-year, $95 deal with 49ers. Police identify person found dead in house after standoff and exchange of gunfire. Clayton Parr, war on pandemic has been undermined by anti-vaccination movement. Oaks sworn in as new Utah treasurer. Here are all of the athletes with Utah ties at the Tokyo Olympics and a guide to when they compete. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. FTC formally adopts right to repair platform. China rejects hacking charges, accuses US of cyberspying. Australia's giant carbon capture project fails to meet key targets. Square to create new Bitcoin platform for financial services. Tesla will most likely restart accepting Bitcoin as payments, says Musk. Robinhood guinea pig for upending public offerings, itself. EU plans to make Bitcoin transfers more traceable. Telegram founder listed in leaked Pegasus project data. Microsoft acquires security startup CloudKnox. Wildfire smoke spreads haze and health warnings to East Coast. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Governor Parson and state health official respond to Springfield alternative care site confusion. I'm sorry, but it's too late. Alabama doctor says dying COVID patients ask for vaccine before intubation. Major case squad announces charges in Madison, ill homicide. Parson taps Donald Karoff to lead Missouri Health Department. Missouri church leaders implore congregants, get vaccinated. Chesterfield bank robbery, police release surveillance video of suspect. We are back, controversial St. Louis area mugshot website brags. Missouri COVID vaccine incentive program offering a chance to win $10,000. Missouri records more than 2,000 COVID cases for second time in a week. St. Louis County COVID breakthrough increasing, unvaccinated dominate hospitalizations. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. I'm sorry, but it's too late. Doctor says dying COVID patients ask for vaccine before intubation. Famed endurance runner found dead in Yosemite National Park, officials say. San Diego Convention Center to reopen for events August 1st. Old military explosive found by construction workers in Oceanside. Map, all the wildfires currently burning in California. Money pours in from state budget for homelessness, OB Pier and more. Carlsbad dad creates Disneyland at home for daughter's birthday. Rideshare driver staging one-day strike in San Diego, other cities. No evidence of foul play in inmate's death, Sheriff's Department. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Beijing lights, I feel excited about the new beginning. The Manchu Q, one hairstyle to rule them all. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 3 things separate Oakland from A's proposal for new stadium. Stockton man arrested after missing Berkeley teen found at his house. Contra Costa County fire districts should merge, consultants report says. IRS warns of child tax credit-related scams. Judge rules radio host Larry Elder will be on California recall ballot. Michael Avenatti faces embezzlement trial in California. Court, California can expand insurance for wildfire areas. Morgan Hill police seek suspect in fatal shooting. San Mateo County approves millions in relief for small businesses. 49ers, Fred Warner agreed to 5-year, $95 million extension. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Police, Glenview man arrested after gun found in car at Rivers Casino. Geneva Street to be partially closed for festival. UK man arrested in Spain, charged in US with Twitter hack. Stocks climb on Wall Street as more company earnings roll in. Cook County closes remaining mass vaccination sites. Plans to sell renters outlots, reinvest in Main Street put on shelf. Bloomingdale Park District Finance Director quits after 2 months on the job. Better, ABC 7 cancels Windy City Live after 10 years of great television. Are they the moral police? Fired Palatine teacher alleges District 211 violated First Amendment rights. Illinois surpasses 13 million COVID-19 vaccine doses administered. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. State approves toll rate increases for Seattle's 520 bridge, SR 99 tunnel and Tacoma Narrows Bridge. New hires in Washington earned more than new hires anywhere else in the U.S. in 2020, report says. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.8 m, depth 10 km, in Panama July 21, 2021, 21:15 UTC, about 88,000 people within 100 kilometers. Orange alert for tropical cyclone Sempaka 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 2.202 million. Orange alert for tropical cyclone IN, FA, 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 23.964 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth 8.74 km, in Papua New Guinea July 21, 2021, 14:26 UTC, about 400 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Felicia 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Uganda. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, July 22nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Pasadena man targeted women and learned their patterns to steal their underwear, police say. Minor strait flooding threat still looms as rain chances dissipate. Mother and Company is serving coffee in the community. Child tax credit scams, IRS warns of thieves trying to steal money and personal information. Infrastructure bill fails first vote, Senate to try again. 2 households near Lawport Leak refuse to evacuate, officials say. Man killed when part of oil rig fell on him in Northeast Harris County, sheriff says. Beloved Houston Arts Festival heads downtown for triumphant in-person fall bash. See how Living Designs furniture can spice up your home. Living Design Furniture is here for all your home needs. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Jill Biden stops in Alaska on her way to Tokyo Olympics. Pelosi bars Trump allies from January 6 probe, GOP vows boycott. Despite Canadian easing, U.S. extends land border restrictions. O'Reilly accuser's appearance on The View stopped by order. Wildfire smoke cloud sky, hurts air quality on East Coast. Chicago City Council approves new layer of police oversight. Wolf sale approved, as Taylor sends 20% to Lore Rodriguez. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. At Rutgers, and beyond, scholars are under attack for their critique of India's far-right government. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Extra, and you thought TikTok's algorithm was a benevolent force with the utmost respect for your privacy. Citizens of Newark, if you hate flash floods, look to your sewers. Vaccine requirement for city hospital workers could be first step toward broader mandate. Severe thunderstorms to provide brief respite from smoke-filled sky. FAA approves Cuomo's $2.1 billion LaGuardia Air Train project. Excellent summertime food at new rooftop spot above Nolita. Early edition, did the pandemic create a backlash against celebrity culture? Despite snags, officials hope New York City's new summer school serves as future model. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. WHO's Tedros backs Tokyo Olympic Games power to inspire. Confronting a worsening climate. Life-saving help needed for Venezuela cancer patients hit by U.S. sanctions. Botswana police use Israeli celebrity tech to search another journalist's phone. Shortages reveal low priority of women's health in Nepal. Nelson Mandela, synonymous with the fight for justice and equality. Liverpool's historic waterfront removed from World Heritage List. Vaccines delayed or vaccines denied. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Fauci, Paul clash on virus origins, trade charges of lying. Snopes Media Group marks 4-year anniversary of costly legal battle. Dolly Parton recreated 1978 Playboy magazine cover look. Pic shows difference between men's, women's beach handball uniforms. COVID-19 cases in U.S. triple over 2 weeks amid misinformation. Taco Bell sustains nationwide ingredient shortages. Are mosquitoes attracted to a certain blood type? Did Prop 47 legalize theft under $950 in California? Did U.S. women's soccer kneel during national anthem at 2020 Olympic opener? Rare pink water bird lands in Michigan, delighting public. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The GOP isn't sending their best, and Pelosi isn't having it. Intel plotted to slaughter thousands of women at an Ohio university, police. Bloomberg cancels star Professor Scott Galloway's Goofy show before it ever airs. Inside Michael Avenatti's wild self-defense on embezzlement charges. The soft, durable sheets from the Citizenry will make you want to stay in bed all day. Busted cop exposed as member of Russian elite's golden toilet fetish club. Universal Standards universally stylish clothing is 75% off. O'Reilly silences accuser again, blocks view appearance. Keep the sand off your snacks with this picnic table. Everlane is taking 60% off summer styles right now. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Israeli president calls Ben & Jerry's boycott a new form of terrorism. Curtis Live stops crazed man flipping out on passers-by in the Bronx. Legendary FSU coach Bobby Bowden has terminal illness. I am at peace. Stream it or skip it, one-on-one with Kirk Cameron on Netflix, where the controversial Growing Pains star interviews people about life and faith. Why the Board of Elections remains a regular disaster. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Did static electricity, not Gus Grissom, blow the hatch of the Liberty Bell 7I spacecraft? Space tourism, rockets emit 100 times more CO2 per passenger than flights. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Mars rover set to collect first samples. Men have a bigger carbon footprint than women, study finds. CDC reports Delta variant accounts for 83% of new U.S. coronavirus infections. NASA explains how rover will collect samples on Mars. New study suggests Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine less effective against Delta variant. A growing number of Republicans urge people to get vaccinated as COVID-19 cases climb. Jeff Bezos believes humans can move the polluting industry off of Earth and into space. Inside the Blue Origin training capsule with Jeff and Mark Bezos. Labor activists weigh in after Bezos thanks Amazon workers after space trip. You paid for all this. How to watch the Perseids, the best meteor shower of the year. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Chinese company claimed to be working on a Starship-like rocket. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Treasure hunters find bottle of whiskey from 1964 in Canadian lake. New York City air quality awful, thanks to fires raging in western states. Naked woman found swimming in Florida man's pool. Member of involuntary celibacy movement planned mass shooting in Ohio, aim to slaughter 3,000, feds. McConnell, other GOP leaders pivot toward openly supporting COVID vaccinations. De Blasio mandates vaccines or weekly tests for NYC health workers, only 60% of whom are immunized. Betty Midler, Joni Mitchell, Lorne Michaels among this year's Kennedy Center honorees. Atlanta spa shooter Robert Aaron Long expected to get plea deal in 4 of 8 killings, prosecutor says. Diamond thief stole $5 million of stones by replacing them with pebbles in UK sleight of hand swap, prosecutors say. Historically black South Carolina State University forgives 2,500 former students' loans. The following headlines are from military.com. Taliban appears to have strategic momentum, General Milley says. Joint Chiefs Chair dodges questions on Trump, coup concerns and Nazis. Storm brewing over departure of U.S. military's medical school president. Fort Campbell Green Beret who saved injured woman from drowning earns soldier's medal. Army reinstates war college commandant after sexual contact investigation. Greece takes delivery of first of 18 French Rafale warplanes. Japan, U.S., South Korea reaffirm cooperation on North Korea. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Sports betting at Chicago arenas, ballparks and planned casino could become legal under ordinance proposed Wednesday. Judge says man charged in 2019 Orleans Square Mall shooting will stay locked up, but orders fitness exam. University of Illinois health system to require workers to get vaccinated. The Spin, City Council OK civilian oversight of CPD as Lollapalooza looms. A COVID-19 outbreak is linked to outdoor festival in Europe. Prosecutors say they have voluminous evidence against Madigan's ex-chief of staff. Aldermen keep cherished ward-level power over business signs in compromise after blocking Lightfoot attempt to strip it. Civilian oversight for Chicago police wins final approval after years-long fight. Opponents say it will make cops' jobs harder and hurt recruiting. Should students wear masks in school this fall? What other steps should parents and schools take to keep kids safe? Doctors urge return to routine breast, cervical screening. We need patients to come in as soon as they can. Voluminous evidence to be turned over in case against former Madigan chief of staff, feds say. Crowd protests proposed Niles Library 20% budget cut. At public hearing, speakers beg board not to slash hours, staff, books. The following headlines are from phys.org. Perseverance Mars rover to acquire first sample. Wildfires in U.S. West blowing so much smoke into East Coast. The challenge of capturing carbon. LunaMap spacecraft safely delivered to NASA's Kennedy Space Center. As many as 1 in 8, 13%, Polish parents may regret having children. Speeding ships killing endangered and Atlantic right whales, study. Why weren't New World rabbits domesticated? Archaeologists find the answer in rabbit social behavior. Study innovates in gluten-free formulations, creating more palatable and nutritious bread. Why is China facing record floods? Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, July 22nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Cave paintings may depict Ice Age sign language. 5 ways humans evolved to be athletes. Did static electricity, not Gus Grissom, blow the hatch of the Liberty Bell 7 spacecraft? Hugging is an evolutionary tool for survival. The other magic mushroom, why a Canadian startup is suddenly interested in the fungus from Super Mario. How to avoid foodborne illness. The first atomic bomb created this forbidden quasi-crystal. Best credit repair companies, review credit repair services. The photo stick reviews, is the photo stick worth the money? Leptidox reviews, is it worth the money, cheap or legit? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. AP sources, Iowa plans to name football field for Slater. Employment Security's foot-dragging flouts public records laws. You cannot fix Facebook, President Biden, so save legitimate news instead. As cases surge, New Orleans strongly recommends masks. Bezos flight, readers weigh in. Vikings owning Wolves finalize MLS purchase of Orlando City. Drug distributors, Johnson & Johnson reach $26 billion deal to resolve opioid lawsuits. Howell, King headline ACC's wealth of returning QB talent. Indictment, man who hates women planned shooting at sorority. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. A Bay Area dentist office embezzlement case is somehow tied to massive probe at Hells Angels murder investigation. Man enters insanity plea for notorious 2019 Sunnyvale crash. New movies, Joe Bell means well, Mandibles is crazy fun. Perseverance rover prepares to collect Martian samples. Kurtenbach, the Warriors need to be realistic and do this with their NBA draft picks. Bay Area rapper Caffeine Among Group indicted on dozens of new federal fraud charges. When will Jess Luzardo return to the A's? A look at what he's working on in Las Vegas. Oakland, Lake Merritt weekend bust shows drugs, alcohol don't mix. Woman fatally shot in Oakland is identified. Crowley, after latest hiccup, SF Giants bullpen still looks one arm away from greatness. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Benny Thompson drops off January 6 lawsuit to lead riot probe. Biden names Victoria Kennedy, David Cohen to be ambassadors. Dems plan for race-based housing aid draws lawsuit threats, charges of reverse discrimination. Inside the Beltway, Jill Biden, a busy First Lady. Infrastructure bill blocked by Senate filibuster. Coups, race, white rage, Pentagon drag deeper into politics, culture wars. Navy warns it's running out of capabilities to cut, budget moves threaten readiness. Virginia officials recommend schools require face masks. Mitch McConnell urges Americans to get vaccinated, this is not complicated. Federal judge blocks Arkansas ban on transgender surgery for children. The next headlines are from The Intercept. I tried to make claims about election fraud so preposterous Trump fans wouldn't believe me, it was impossible. Wiped phones and the battle for evidence in former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder's prosecution. Bill to subsidize sustainable agriculture is a prime contender for reconciliation package. Secret NYPD document teaches cops to illegally raid sealed records. American ISIS offers a first-hand look inside the caliphate. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, July 22, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Nanoparticles create heat from light to manipulate electrical activity in neurons. Using ultra-low temperatures to understand high-temperature superconductivity. Astrophysicist outlines plans for the gravitational wave observatory on the moon. Older people are worse at learning to self-help, but just as good learning to help others. How do wind turbines impact golden eagles? Novel method predicts if COVID-19 clinical trials will fail or succeed. Oncotarget, subtypes of thymic epithelial tumors independent of WHO type. A history of African dust. New framework applies machine learning to atomistic modeling. Team streamlines neural networks to be more adept at computing on encrypted data. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Windy City Live cancelled as 5-day-a-week show on WLS Channel 7. Suspects looking for ops when shooting man on motorbike, prosecutors. Man slain on West Side had been using his second chance to keep kids out of gangs. Discrimination lawsuit against St. Anthony alleges pay-to-play schemes involving Sandoval, Madigan. Teen boy shot outside gas station in near West Side. After a record year for drug overdoses, Malcolm X College to train community health workers to fight opioid addiction. City Council okays Boys and Girls Club on site on Police and Fire Training Academy. Black and brown Americans biggest losers in 50-year war on drugs. The next headlines are from the Times of India. India in extended troika on F, Russia yet to decide. Big dip in J&K terror incidents in 2021. China rushes young Tibetans to join PLA. Delta causing most post-vaccine infections. Israeli ministers to look into NSO spyware charges. Diddy tries to rally opposition for 2024 but says no PM aspirations. UP seeks SCOK to install statues in public places. Sidhu hosts 62 MLAs in show of strength. India, Pakistan forces exchange Eid sweets. Nirav states he is suicidal and won't get fair trial in India. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, July 22, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Ahoy, matey, the Lone Star Pirate Festival set sail again. Houston Concert Watch 7/21, Treat the Truth, Pancho Barraza and more. Don't mourn your child growing up. Deshaun Watson's social media activity indicates he'll play in 2021. The Woodlands State Rep Steve Toth thinks Texas needs its own 2020 election audit. Stages 2021 to 2022 season complete with a new managing director who wants everyone to see theater. The next headlines are about world records making news. World record Wednesday, circling a basketball around the leg 97.9 WRMF 97.9 WRMF. World record, Dubai opens world's deepest diving pool, Hala USA. Foreign nude carving set world record prices, Nunachsiak News. Ranking the world records most likely to go down in Tokyo, men's edition, SwimSwam. Jan Frodeno world record NFT up for sale to the highest bidder. Elite News, try247.com. Want to help beat a world record? Sangria Saturday to benefit pet rescue organization, NBC6 South Florida. Brazilian athlete breaks world record with 951 chest-to-ground burpees, UPI News. Powerlifter Ryan Coffin-Miller scores new world record with 605 pounds bench press, fitnessvault.com. Cold War Zombies player passes round 675. A Zombies world record run continues, Dixerto. Fisherman catches world record 92-pound paddlefish with bow and arrow, Newsweek. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Black Panther 2 adds I May Destroy You star Michaela Cole. FTC unanimously backs new policy supporting your right to repair your own devices. Dune, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and saying farewell to gaming news. Here's what's next for NASA's Perseverance Mars rover. A priest was outed by his phone's location data. Anyone could be next. 15,000-year-old viruses were pulled from a Tibetan glacier. DC's new Batgirl has been found in Leslie Grace. Team's scheme to take over Twitter handles ends with tragic death in swatting incident. M. Night Shyamalan explains why Old is his most intense film yet. Tumblr now allows creators to charge for content, except for porn, which is still banned. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kanakin in Iraq at 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 51 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Home and office routers come under attack by China state hackers, France warns. Event Horizon Telescope captures birth of black hole jet in Centaurus A. Lawsuit, eBay tried to terrorize, stalk, and silence couple that ran news site. Despite Tuesday's flight, Jeff Bezos is running out of time to save Blue Origin. Google Maps massively expands its mass transit crowd reporting service. Plastic arm is a 32-bit bendable processor. Report, Apple will introduce a new iPhone Southeast with A15, 5G in early 2022. Catholic priest quits after anonymized data revealed alleged use of Grindr. Samsung confirms August 11th event, here's what to expect. Netflix bleeds subscribers in US and Canada, with no sign of recovery. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Rick Wilson, GOP's rapid pivot to pushing vaccines smells strongly of new polling showing dangers to party. Kevin McCarthy is backed into a corner, and that's why he threw a tantrum over Capitol riot probe, CNN analyst. Barr told Trump to his face you're going to lose because he was humiliating himself at COVID briefings, book. Long-haired MAGA rioter thought shaving his head would help him avoid being identified. It failed miserably. Bill Barr blamed Giuliani and walking disaster former Nunes aide for Trump's first impeachment, authors. Trump supporter who downplayed the pandemic and shared anti-vax statements dies of COVID-19. Ohio incel planned mass slaughter of sorority women out of hatred, jealousy and revenge, feds. Liz Cheney ramps up attacks on Kevin McCarthy and suggests he's running a cover-up of the Capitol riots. Here's the real reason Republicans suddenly seem to be taking COVID seriously. Jim Jordan blames Democrats for 1/6 insurrection after Pelosi boots him from investigation. They normalized anarchy. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Pelosi rejects two big lie enthusiasts from January 6th commission. House progressives get antsy over Senate's lead role in infrastructure debates. Biden said he'd cut incarceration in half. So far, the federal prison population is growing. Olympic mascots have always been the stuff of nightmares. Tokyo is no different. How Trump and conservative media are cashing in on disinformation. A rare 100-pound moonfish washed up on the Oregon coast. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Astrophysicist outlines plans for the gravitational wave observatory on the moon. Eureka alert. Massive machines are bringing giant exoplanets down to Earth. Scientific American. Hardy microbes hint at possibilities for extraterrestrial life. Scientific American. Opinion: should we try to make contact with aliens? The New York Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Optical tools open windows to the brain. Laser focus world. Children's brains are much different than those of adults. Galveston County Daily News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, July 22nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs, secret Soviet weapons and alien visitors, a cultural history. What is Havana Syndrome? What we know. Military and scientists should work together to study the UFO phenomenon. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.